not now, not now. Okay, well now we are. I
Okay.
just recorded. I just started recording. Okay, yeah, welcome. This is a new podcast. This is Disturbed Gaming, where I'll be talking about all your favorite stuff, all your favorite moments in creepy, and from like creepypastas and whatnot to your your favorite spooks and scares and horror games with like Easter eggs and like creepy soundtracks. And today we'll be starting off with just reading Sonic.EXE creepypasta, and we'll tell you our opinions on it after we're done finishing reading it. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Now, are you gonna read it or shall I read it? Or
You read
do you
it.
want to take turns? Like,
Let's take turns. Sure.
all right. Let me know when you want to jump in then. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops. Okay, hold on.
Whoa.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. No. I'm a total Sonic the Hedgehog fan, much like everyone else. I like the newer games. I don't like playing the classics. I don't think I've ever played glitchy or hacked games before, though I don't think I want to play any after the experience I had. Started on a nice summer afternoon. I was playing Sonic Unleashed. I liked how you get to explore the towns in it, until I noticed with my peripheral vision, that the mailman had arrived and put something in my mailbox as usual and left. I paused my game to go see what I got in the mail. The only thing in this mailbox was a CD case for computers and a note. I took it inside. I looked at the note first and realized it was from my dear friend Kyle, let's just call him that, whom I hadn't heard from in 2 weeks. I know that because I recognized his handwriting, though what was weird is how it looked. It looks badly written and scratchy and somewhat difficult to read, as if Kyle was having a hard time writing it down and did it in a hurry. This is what he wrote. Do you want me to keep going or
Yeah, sure.
okay, Tom.
Uh, Tom.
Oh,
No, you go.
no, you go. Fuck's sakes.
Okay. Goober. Tom, I can't take it anymore. I had to get rid of this thing somehow before it was too late, and I was hoping you'd do it for me. I can't do it, he's after me. And if you don't destroy the CD, he'll come after you too. He's too fast for me. Please, Tom, destroy this godforsaken disk before he comes after you too. It's too late for me. Destroy the disk, and you'll destroy him. But do it quick, otherwise he'll catch you. Don't even play the game, it's what he wants. Just destroy it, please, Kyle.
Well, that was
Well, that
no. Go on. I thought you were done.
no, you go. You,
You go, man.
no.
That's one
Yeah, I
sentence.
just did
You
it.
have to keep going. You
I,
have to keep going. Fuck's sakes.
well, that was certainly weird. Even though Kyle is my best friend, and I haven't seen him in 2 weeks, I didn't do what he asked me. I didn't think that a simple gaming test will do any bad to him. After all, it's just a game, right? Boy, was I wrong about that. Do you want to continue?
Okay, very well. Anyway, I looked at the disc and it looks like any ordinary computer CDR disc. Except that black marker on it written Sonic.exe. It was much unlike Kyle's handwriting, meaning that he must have gotten it from someone else, like a pawn shop or eBay. When I saw Sonic on the writing of the CD, I was actually excited and wanted to play it, since I'm a big Sonic fan. I went up to my room and turned on my computer and put the disc in and installed the game. When the title screen popped up, I noticed that it was the first Sonic game. I was like, awesome, because like I said earlier, I like the classics. The first thing I noticed that was out of place was when I pressed start. There was a split second where I saw the title image turn into something much different. Something I now consider horrifying before cutting to black. I remember what the image looked like in that split second before the game cut to black. The sky had darkened, the title emblem was rusted into ruins. The Sega 1991 was now Sega 666, and the water had turned red like blood. Blood. Do you wish to take
Uh,
over or
sure. But the freakiest thing that was in that split second frame was Sonic. His eyes were pitch black and bleeding, with two glowing red dots staring right at me, and his smile had stretched wider up to the edge of his face. I was rather disturbed about that image when I saw it. Though I figured that it was just a glitch and forgot about it after. It cut to black. It stayed like that for about 10 seconds or so. And then another weird thing happened. The save file, select from Sonic the Hedgehog 3 popped up. And I was like, what the fuck? What's this doing in the first Sonic game? Anyways, then I noticed something off. The background was the dark, cloudy sky of the bad Stardust Speedway level from Sonic City. And there were only three save files. The music was that creepy caverns of winter music from Earthbound, only it was extended and seemed to have been in reverse. And the image for the save file, where you see preview of the level you're on, is just red static for all three files.
Okay. What freaks me out
Yeah.
more was the character select. It showed only Tails, Knuckles, by surprise, Dr. Robotnik. Now, I was sure that something was up. I mean, how could you play as Robotnik in a classic Sonic game for crying out loud? That's when I realized that this wasn't a glitchy game. It was a hacked game. Yeah, it definitely looks hacked. It was really creepy, but as a smart gamer, I wasn't scared. Or at least I tried not to be. I told myself that it was just a hacked game and there's nothing wrong with it. Anyway, shaking off the creeped out feeling, I picked file 1 and chose Tails, and when I selected and got started, the game froze for about 5 seconds. I heard a creepy pixelated laugh that sounded an awful lot like that Kefka guy from Final Fantasy before cutting to black. The screen stayed black for about 10 seconds or more, then it showed the typical level title thing, except the simplistic shapes were different shades of red and the text showed only Hill Acts 1. The screen faded in, and its level title vanished, revealing Tails in the Green Hill Zone from Sonic 1. The music was different though. It sounded like a peaceful melody in reverse. Anyways, I started playing and had Tails started running like you would in any of the classic Sonic games. What was odd was that as Tails was running along the level, there was nothing but flat ground and a few trees for 5 minutes. That was when the peaceful music started to lower down into slow tones, slow deep tones, very slowly as it kept going. Oh, I suddenly
I
saw.
suddenly saw.
Oh, just go. Alright.
I suddenly saw something and I stopped to see what it is. It was one of the small animals laying dead on the ground bleeding. That was when the music started to slow down. Tails had a shocked and saddened look on his face that I never saw him have before, so I had him move along, and he kept that worried look on his face. As he kept moving, I saw more dead animals as Tails moved past them, looking more and more worried as the music lowers and he moves past more dead animals. I was shocked to see how they all died. They looked like somebody killed them in rather gruesome ways. A squirrel was hanged on the tree with what appeared to be his entrails hanging out. A bunny had all four of its limbs torn off, and the duck had his eyes gouged out and his throat slit. I felt sick to my stomach when I saw this massacre, and apparently so did Tails. After a few more seconds, there were no more animals, and the music seemed to have stopped. I still kept Tails to continue. After a minute passed, after the music stopped, Tails was running up a hill, and then he stopped. It wasn't until I saw why Sonic was there, on the other side of the screen with his back against Tails. With his eyes closed, Tails looked happy to see Sonic, but then his smile but then his smile faltered, obviously noticing that Sonic wasn't responding to him, if not acting as if he was totally oblivious of Tails' presence. Tails walked slowly towards Sonic, and I noticed that I wasn't even moving my keyboard to make him move. So this had to have been a cutscene. Here you go.
Okay, suddenly I began to have a growing feel of dread as Tails walked closer to Sonic to get his attention. I felt that Tails was in danger and something bad was going to happen. I heard faint static growing louder as Tails was but inches away from Sonic and stopped to stuck his hand out to touch him. That foreboding feeling in my gut was growing stronger and I felt the urge to tell Tails to get away from Sonic as the static grew louder. Suddenly, in a split second, I saw Sonic's eyes open and they were black with those red glowing dots, just like that title image. Thought there was a smile. When that happened, the screen turned black and the static sound was off. It stayed black for about 7 seconds and a white text appeared, forming a message saying, "Hello, do you want to play with me?" At this point, I was creeped out. I didn't want to continue with the game, but my curiosity got the better of me. When I was taken to a different level with this level title now saying "Hide and Seek," this time I was in the Angel Island level from Sonic 3, and it looked like everything was on fire. Tails looked as though he was scared out of his wits this time. He actually looked at me and made frantic gestures to me as if he wanted to get out of their area as he was in as fast as possible. I was starting to get freaked out by this. I mean, Tails was actually breaking the fourth wall, trying to tell me to get him out of there. So I pressed down on the arrow key as hard as I could and made him run as fast as he could. A pixelated version of that creepy theme when you meet Shadow with the Arc as a Robotnik from Sonic Adventure 2 was playing as I made Tails trek through the desolate forest, trying to help him escape from whatever he was trying to run from. Suddenly I heard that creepy laugh again, that awful Kefka laugh. Right after 10 seconds of fast, I helped Tails run through the forest, and then I started seeing flashes of Sonic popping everywhere in the screen again, those black and red eyes. The music changed to that suspenseful drowning jingle as I see Sonic behind Tails, Sonic getting up on him. Flying. Sonic was running. He was actually flying. The flying pose the sprite was making looks very similar to Metal Sonic's flying pose Sonic CD, except it was just Sonic and he had the black and red eyes again. Only this time, he had the most deranged looking grin on his face. He looked as though he was showing the torment he was giving to poor little Fox as he gained up on him.
Suddenly, when Tails tripped, another cutscene. The music stopped and Sonic vanished. Tails lay there and started crying for 15 seconds. The scene was rather upsetting to watch, and I kind of teared up myself. But then Sonic appeared right in front of Tails, and Tails looked up in honor. Blood started to come down those blackened eyes of Sonic's uh, as a grin slowly grew from his face. As he looked down at the horrified Fox, I could do nothing but watch. Just in a split second, Sonic lunged at Tails, right before the screen went black. There was a loud screeching noise that only lasted 5 seconds. The text turned. Only this time it said, "You're too slow. Want to try again?" And then that god awful laugh came with it. I was so shocked by by what had happened. Did Sonic murder Tails? No, he couldn't have. He and Tails are supposed to be best friends, right? Why did Sonic do that to him?
I shook the shock off as I was brought back to the character select. The save file that had Tails was different. Tails was no longer in the box itself, but in the TV screen itself, which was flickering with that red static. Tails' expression scared me. His eyes were black and bleeding. His orange fur had gone black, and he had an expression of anguish on his face. Trying to ignore it, I picked Knuckles next. The laugh came again, the screen cut to black again, and stayed there for another 10 seconds. This time, the level said, "You can't run." I was really freaked out by now. I couldn't really tell if this was a glitch or a hack, or some kind of sick, twisted joke, or anything really. But despite my fear of what happened next, I kept playing. The next level looked so much different. It had the ground of the scrap brain zone, but the sky background looked like the main menu. It had the dark reddish cloudy but it was the music that creeped me out the most. It sounded like Gygas' theme right after he beat Porky in Earthbound. Also noticed that Knuckles looked afraid, just like Tails did, though not as much. More rather, he looks a little unnerved. He broke the fourth wall just like Tails and looked as if he wasn't sure as if he wasn't sure about what going on. But I made him move anyway. He ran down the straight pathway in the dark level. As he did, the screen started to flicker red static a couple times, and then that maddening laugh came again. Then, after a few seconds of running, I noticed several bloodstains on the metallic ground. I felt a growing sense of fear again, thinking something horrible is going to happen to Knuckles. He looked nauseated, walking down this blood-stained road, but he still kept it going. Suddenly, as Knuckles ran, Sonic appeared right in front of him with those black and red eyes, and then red static appeared again. When the static vanished slowly, showing nothing but its black screen with text saying, "Found you." I was now scared. Sonic found Knuckles already? What was going on?
Anyways, red static came again, and then I was back to the new level. Knuckles looked like he was panicking, and Sonic was nowhere to be found. And this time, that high pitched squealing from the Silent Hill 1's final boss was playing. Was this some kind of boss battle with Sonic? I hope to God it wasn't, honestly. Suddenly, Sonic appeared right behind Knuckles in what appeared to be pixelated black smoke. I made Knuckles turn and then punch Sonic, but Sonic vanished in black pixelated smoke before I could even land a hit. That terrible laugh went off again. Then Sonic appeared behind Knuckles again, and then I made him punch again. And Sonic vanished again, laughing. Knuckles was panicking even more, and even I felt like I was going crazy. Sonic was practically playing with us. He was playing a sick, twisted little mind game with me and Knuckles. Another cutscene played as Knuckles fell to his knees and clutched his head, sobbing. I felt his agony. Sonic was actually driving us both crazy. And then, in a split second, Sonic lunged at Knuckles. and the screen went black with another distorted screeching noise that lasted for at least 3 seconds. Another text message appeared. So many souls to play with, so little time. Would you agree?
What the hell? Just what is going on? I started to think Sonic was actually trying to talk to me through this game, but I was too scared to think that. I was brought back to the main menu, and this time the second file box and Knuckles on the TV screen. His red fur had darkened into a reddish grey, his dreadlocks were dripping with blood, and his eyes were black and bleeding too, and he had a look of sadness on his face. I began to think that those were the actual characters trapped in those TV screens and the save files, but I couldn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it. So I shut off the game and took a break. I took a nap with your hands. Cause then I then began to have the most disturbing nightmare. I was in pitch black darkness. Though I was under the light given off by a lamp that hung high above my head, I could hear the cries of Knuckles and Tails nearby. They were saying stuff like, "Help us," and "Why did you give us to him?" and "Run away before it gets to you too." The cries died out as I then heard Sonic laugh. His laugh, it sounded a lot like the distorted Kefka laugh. "You're a lot of fun to play with, kid. Just like your friend Kyle, though he didn't last long." I was scared looking around for the source of the voice. Won't be long now until he joined him and all my other friends. I saw him walking toward me, flickering in and out in several directions. "You can't run, kid. You're in my world now, just like the others." When he grabbed me and saw his bleeding black and red-eyed grinning face, I woke up with a fright. After a couple of hours, I decided to continue playing the game. I don't know why, but I had to know. I had to figure out why this was happening. So I turned on the computer, turned on the game, and selected Robotnik next. I still thought that was wacky, playing as Robotnik, but anyway, the level title appeared again, and this time it said, which I found really freaky. This time was in some kind of hallway. Didn't really look like it was from any of the classic Sonic games, though it has the pixelated style. The floor was shiny and checkered, the walls were a dark greyish purple with animated candlelights and a few dark bloodstains here and there, and there was a dark red curtain hanging above on the top part of the screen. Every 12 seconds or so, that red curtain sways very slowly. Whenever you're playing the game, you could barely see it move. The music was oddly pleasant, a piano playing a rather sad yet peaceful song, but I knew better. This was the song that played in Act 1, only it wasn't in reverse. Robotnik didn't look entirely nervous like the Tails and Knuckles did, but he did have a suspicious look on his face as if he was just a bit paranoid. He did a little animation where when I just left him standing, turns his head to the left and then to the right at least twice and then shrugs at me, as if he has no idea where he was or what was going on, even though I was scared out of my mind about what was going to happen. I had Robotnik continue onward. He did his usual running animation, where you've beaten him at the end of the classic Sonic game and you chase him. As we continued going through the hallway, I stopped at a long flight of stairs leading downward. Now I was nervous. Even Robotnik seemed unsure of himself, though I pressed onward.
As I led Robotnik down the stairs, I noticed that the walls have gotten darker and more reddish. The red torches are now eerie blue. Then we landed on to another hallway. This one was longer than the last one, or at least it felt like it. And then we headed down another flight of stairs. Down. This one was much longer, took at least one full minute. And then I heard that horrid Kefka laugh again. And then the music slowly faded until it was quiet. As it did, the walls turned more dark red, and the torches were a black flame now. When Robotnik landed onto the third hallway, I noticed he now looked really creeped out. Though he tried to hide it, I couldn't blame him. I was scared too. Suddenly Sonic popped right in front of Robotnik, the same way he did Knuckles, and then red static. The red static lasted for about 15 seconds, and then it showed me a most unpleasant image. The image showed the well, the image showed an image of Sonic standing in the darkness where you can only see his face while his head and torso faded into black. He looked so real you could actually see the lines in his blue fur, as if you could actually feel the fur if you touched the screen. His face, oh god, he had the most horrifying smile I've ever seen. And that's saying something considering I saw the image at the start of the game.
His eyes were wide and black, and once again crying blood, and there were two small glowing red dots in those black eyes staring right at me, as if staring into my mind. His grin was white and demonic, it literally stretched to the sides of his face like a Cheshire cat, except Sonic had fangs. Very sharp fangs. Much like the werehog's teeth, except more vicious looking, somewhat yellowish, and from the looks of it, yet stains of blood and small bits of flesh on his lips and fangs as if he ate some animal. I stared at gruesome image for a good 30 seconds, never taking my eyes off it. I felt as if he was actually looking at me, smiling at me. That face. It just took 10 seconds for it to etch itself into my brain for good. Then the screen flickered red static again 3 times. On the third time, I heard the Kefka laugh, except this time it sounded distorted, demonic even. It went back to the image again, except this time there was the text again. Though it was messed up, but it was pretty much one of the most horrifying things I looked at since I had this game. I am God. It was when I read that message while looking at Sonic when it hit me. I realized right there and then this Sonic was a monster, a pure evil, sadistic, all powerful, nightmarish, demented monster, and all of his victims, including Tails, Knuckles, Robotnik, and possibly Kyle, are just his little toys. And the game is the very gateway into his chaotic, nightmarish world, and the very hell his victims are trapped in. Suddenly, in an actual split second, I screamed as Sonic lunged at the screen, screeching loudly to his mouth wide open at an unnatural length, feeling nothing but a literally spiraling abyss of pure darkness before the red static came again. This time much louder and distorted, so loud that it hurt my ears. I yelled and grabbed my ears as the red static screeched for a good 7 seconds. Then it stopped, and showed nothing but a black screen. I sat there staring at the black screen. One last text came up. Ready for round 2, Tom?
The Kefka laugh, now sounding more clear, as if Sonic was right behind me, played again 3 times as I looked at the text in shock and confusion, and then I got booted back into the main menu. And this time, the third save file had a TV image of Robotnik in the same tormented state as Tails and Knuckles. Robotnik's skin was turned a dull gray, his mustache drooped, and had blackened. His glasses broke, and blood coming out of from them, and he had a mere dead-like expression on his face. I looked at Tails, Knuckles, and Robotnik, and I cried a bit. I pitied them for the agony they were going through. They were forever trapped within the game, forever tormented by that horrid hedgehog, and always will be. Then the computer shut itself off. Couldn't turn it back on no matter what I did. I sat there for maybe 25 seconds, horrified by what had just happened. Sonic is the very embodiment of evil. He tortures people who plays his game in more ways than one. And then when he gets bored, he drags you into the game. Literally drags you to hell, where he can play with you always, as his toy.
Yeah. I can't get the game out of my computer. I think it's stuck in there, but at least I managed to turn it back on now. After I sat there for 25 seconds, I heard a voice right behind me, like a whisper. Try to keep this interesting for me, Tom. I turned around to see where the voice came from. What I saw made me scream. Sitting on my bed, staring right at me, was a Sonic plushie, smiling with bloodstains under its eyes. Well, that was something else. Okay.
I think yeah,
Okay.
the
Uh
creator is probably a Nintendo fan.
is he? You sure? Because
uh,
I'm very sure he wouldn't base a whole thing around Sonic, you know?
uh,
Yeah, no. Okay. Let's just let's just admit it here and now. It's completely dog shit. It's too
yeah.
yeah. It's way too on the fucking nose with what it's trying to do. Like, aside from it being very fucking edgy, while also not really being edgy, alright? Edgy's a subjective term, shall we say. Um Yeah, no, it's not that good. Like, for God's sakes, like,
Mm.
why did you keep playing it if you knew the game was what, hacked or haunted or what have you? Like, why did you keep going regardless? Like, of course, like curiosity, sure, but like, still, you knew you for fuck's sakes, man. Like,
Not the brightest tool in the shed.
no, clearly not. Not the brightest tool in the shed either when it comes to writing this stupid story. Like, for God's sakes.
And the thing is, like, it blew up so much, it's like turned into brain rot now.
I know, man. This the sad world we live in now, but Yeah, that's pretty much just the
Yeah.
legacy of this fucking stupid edgy Sonic thing. That's what it is now. That's just what it is. Something that
Oh
I,
well.
something that I found so terrifying at the time that I could just look back at and fucking laugh at it. Like for God's sakes, I think he's been.
How did
I
we?
I think this thing has been like bogged down now, like de-scarified, shall I say it?
Mm. Yeah, yeah.
Because
It's no longer scary.
yeah, it's a complete joke now. Just looking back at it, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how much traction this got, despite the story being very, very not good.
Hmm.
It's ridiculous. It's so goddamn ridiculous. Like the amount of fucking use for blood, gore, no, not gore, blood red, all this like, oh, bleeding, all the blood, look at this.
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to do
Yeah.
body horror, you fucking failed at it. Like it just comes
Yeah.
off so fucking it just comes off so immature, to be honest. Where it just
Hmm.
becomes, well, how should I put this, annoying, right?
Hmm.
Like for God's sakes, man, like this is ridiculous. Oh man.
I mean, they overuse the red and stuff like that too much.
Yeah. It's a shit. It's so shit. It's so goddamn shit. I think I think the only good thing that came out from this creepypasta was the game. Actually, I
Mm.
take that back
But
now.
even the game, yeah, yeah.
Like for God's sakes, this is just. I mean, it has improved over the years from other people like messing around with the source material. Like people have okay, we have gotten better. I mean, creepypastas have always been this kind of you know the shit internet stories. You know, something that
Mm.
we could be,
Yeah.
something that it was something we used to be scared of as children. But now that we look back
Yeah,
at it,
no.
yeah, no, not. They weren't that great. They just weren't that great
Mm.
from a perspective or standpoint of view. Now, it's just
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I mean, for God's sakes, like, what else about? All right, back to the story. Like, what the fuck? Like, all right, the overuse of like red here. Like, I mean, also the fact that probably got to see that his friend, well, Kyle, got this shit off of a pawn or fucking eBay or whatever. Like, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Hmm.
Like, that should have been your first red flag. Like, God knows what that could have done to his computer or something. Like,
Yeah, like it said not to do it, and he was like, I like it too much. Play.
on God. I was a big fan
Yeah.
of the classics. Oh, fuck.
Uh, I'm such a big fan of classics. Yeah, look
Yeah.
at that.
Oh, look at me. I'm so edgy. I can break the fourth wall. I can break through your computer screen.
Ooh, I'm
Ooh,
now a plushie on your bed. Ooh.
ooh, look at me. I've got red eyes too. That makes me scary. Ooh. So fuck.
Ooh, my eyes are black, you know. Ooh, scary. Ooh.
No.
Ooh, I have a big smile. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, I killed Tails. Fuck you. Ooh.
Oh, I killed all your friends. Ooh. You know, it's fucking ridiculous.
uh, mhm.
But of course, this pretty much is like the start of every fucking creepypasta that came out. Actually, no, I don't think so. I don't think it was. I didn't know.
I think it was just the killer or Slenderman.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah. But it was kind
Yeah.
of the
I
start
think it's Slenderman.
for like a lot of
Yeah.
the. It was kind of the start for like a lot of cliches and stuff for what it was at the time. It was kind of the
Mm.
root of all stuff when it came to cliches and like other creepypastas and whatnot. Like especially with the whole red eyes, blood everywhere, those type of the usual like you'd usually see in a creepypasta nowadays. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
I mean, you don't need like a gore and red eyes, a red in general, like a lot to make something scary.
exactly, exactly. Like you don't need. Okay, all right. We might ramble on a bit about this, but like this has to be said. Like you don't need gore or dead bodies or anything like that to make whatever you're making scary. Okay, it doesn't work like
Hmm.
that. All right, there has to be like I don't know build up. If you're making a story of it, make it, make it. Just make it build up to it, like slowly but surely. All right, it could be like
Yeah, not like instantly, not instantly, uh, immediately scary. Ooh, the gore, death, like in an instant.
yeah, no, it's stupid. Because then
Yeah, it's
all,
better.
yeah, all the fear factor is
You
just
go.
gone. Like
Hmm.
you're just sitting there like, what the fuck is this? This is not good at all.
Yeah, it's better if, like, let's say, it's something that's a little bit scary at the beginning and it turns out to be very at the end.
Exactly, but that's not what this creepypasta
Yeah.
does. It just gets straight. I mean, it gets straight into it. All right. There's not even
Hmm.
something wrong with the. There's it does the game doesn't even start off as like something innocent at first. Like, oh, we're going to this. Oh yeah, actually, it kind of does, but it doesn't handle it very well.
Yeah, but not it already hints at that, like at the beginning. Like the very beginning, it already does that.
Mm. Mm. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, honestly, but for to make it very quick and short, this creepypasta sucks balls.
Hmm.
The author is a garbage person. The creepypasta is shit and has left long lasting effects on pretty much our generation and the generation after it. And it's sure as shit is not going away anytime soon, which is horrible. But that's just the society we
Yeah.
live in.
I mean,
And
at least that's better
yeah,
than
no, so
like the brain rot stuff.
we've and thankfully we've gone past this whole fucking Sonic haunted game, that type of bullshit. So I'm glad,
Hmm.
and I'm kind of glad we've got analog horror now. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
right, right, right. But yeah, I'd say that's about it. This has been a what hell? Yeah, this was this. I think this was a good first episode. Yeah,
Hmm. It's been pretty decent.
yeah, yeah. Very nice, very nice. Okay, well, uh, yeah. I guess I'll see you guys all in the next one, whatever that is, of course, because I kind of do have to run two podcasts at once now. So yeah,
Mm, crazy lore.
all right. Slimer, thank you for being on this podcast with me today. I appreciate it highly.
Anytime, anytime.
And yeah, all right.
Anytime.
And yeah, all right. I won't prolong this. Goodbye, guys.